Okie dokie, hello everybody. I'm here with a video. Obviously, you're watching it. Uh, man, today I'm going to do a. I'm kind of testing the waters with this, and I feel like I'm kind of taking risks here, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna do a review video. Now, I've already seen this like once. This is going to be a review slash criticism video. So, I mean, it falls under fair use. So, yeah. Anyhow, I am going to try to make this as constructive as I can, but I'm probably also going to be a tad bit of an asshole on the way. So, just so y'all know what's up with the what's up. Anyhow, I guess let's get rolling. And like I said, so this is over they them pronouns, obviously. They go by them. I feel like what better person to actually review this than someone who actually uses they them pronouns. Anyhow, let's get started.
Hey. Hey. I am so excited for your party this weekend. You know my friend Allie, right? Do you mind if I invite them?
Yeah, of course not. Invite her. She's cool.
Allie uses they pronouns, not she.
Just like some people use he or she pronouns, some people use they pronouns. Why? Because they may not identify within the traditional gender categories of boy or girl. So when you use the wrong pronoun, you're misgendering someone. You messed up. There's a number of ways you might react.
I have to know, like, were you just trying to be funny? Or were they, like, pretty more serious? I attempted recording this before, and I made so many comments about just kind of that I am, like, pretty sure these are high school actors. But again, I could also be wrong. They could be, like, young college students. Anyhow. You're misgendering them. But why is it important that I am misgendering them? Most of these people would say, because if you don't gender them correctly, you're a bigot. Anyhow, I think they need to use more than just the, oh, why is it important to use they, them pronouns? Because then you're misgendering them. It's like, really?
When you do so. Let's see some of them.
Allie uses they pronouns, not she.
Why?
Allie is transgender and doesn't identify as a boy or a girl, so they use gender-neutral pronouns.
That's a perfect way to
What do you mean
explain.
they pronouns? Isn't they plural? What does that even mean? That's not
a perfectly
grammatically
reasonable
correct.
reaction.
They can be plural
According to
and they can be singular. Policing someone's identity with grammar comes across as snobby and disrespectful. Also,
And policing somebody's, current knowledge of, policing someone because of they use facts and, things like that. You just kind of sound stupid. I was gonna go with you sound snobby as well, but you just sound stupid.
language changes all the time. Just like when someone says they're gay, they probably don't mean that they're happy. They has been used as a singular pronoun since the 14th century. It's not a new thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Have
that's
thou
accurate
understood?
though. Okay, that's... Okay, for one, these people are kind of just... they're kind of going overboard on it, to be honest. Like, they just used the most extreme trying to explain it. I don't know. Like, I think with this kind of reaction, what you need to do, really, is you need to use, you know, you need to, you know, you need to have the conversation with people and say that, well, actually, it can be used as singular, and actually a lot of people do use it as a singular pronoun. And that's just kind of the way the language is starting to change. And it's okay. And, you know, give examples of when common people use they them pronouns. Like, oh, they went to the store, they're there. Gosh, that's... Anyhow, I think that would have been a better approach, is to explain, explain, instead of in this hateful tone of you're being snobby, have a more gentle approach about it. Or not even really gentle approach in that case, have more of a analytical approach at it. Like, yes, but blah blah blah. Well, be calm, collected, and factual. Don't just be like, policing someone's gender identity. Okay, like, no one is policing their gender. Okay, they're just kind of like, that doesn't really make sense kind of reaction. That's a perfectly reasonable way to be. Facts are facts, okay? And you shouldn't be changing facts for no reason, basically, or whatever.
Ali uses they pronouns, not she.
Oh yeah, I forgot she goes by them.
No, Ali goes by them. They go by them.
Whoa, would you just chill? I made one mistake. Why are you freaking out?
Whoa there! Defensiveness much? This person has a right to be upset. They're trying to help you be more respectful. They may not be doing it in a way that you like. Yeah, learning can be uncomfortable and difficult, and that's okay. It's gonna take some effort to learn about trans identities. Don't be a defensive jerk about it. Just be a good
Okay, yes. I mean, it's a little defensive, but most human beings are a little defensive, okay? And, I mean, honestly, in that kind of situation, I would have backed up the chick being like, no, they go by them. And, like, because, she was calm and collected about it. But this bitch stopping the videos is just a bitch. Like, I'm sorry, it's probably my biggest critique. It's just yeah. And, I mean, it's a common response, and, like, if someone is aware that that person uses they them pronouns, and they kind of slip up, that is a perfectly normal thing to do, okay? And to kind of be like, no, they use them pronouns, and and then being like, dude, chill, I'm just just trying. I didn't mean to fucking make you pissy. I don't know. Like, but I mean, I want to call them a chick, but I am like 90% sure that's not a chick identifying chick. Chirp chirp. Anyhow. I mean, the only one really being a being defensive is this whatever person. I bet they're Allie. Like, it's just, I really hate this part because it's like, dude, people are humans and they slip up, and yeah, I mean, you shouldn't kind of get up in their case about it. Of course, the person there, a person didn't kind of wasn't reacting too bad to it, just like, no, they used them, not she, trying to kind of get you into a repetition of it, and that's reasonable, I think, and it's perfectly reasonable to be like, okay, I slipped up, please, don't freak out. Because, I mean, with people like this, you run into people who have a tendency to lash out about things, and you start seeing this, and you're like, like, no. So yeah, I mean, this person here is being way more defensive than the person they're critiquing. And honestly, it's like, the person they're being like, oh, you should be so freaking defensive, that's a pretty normal response, okay? People don't want want drama. They just kind of want to be like, okay, can we just move on now? Let's leave this let's leave this sentence of the conversation and move on. So yeah, now how would I go about going about it differently? I would just say, I would have to say, not trying, hey, no one's trying to, lash out at you, they just want to build a repetition within you so that you don't continue to make the mistake, because some people do tend to continuously make the mistake, even if you just made it once. Or, explain that, well, just a lot of people tend to continue using she, her, whenever they know that they go by them. So, yeah. Anyhow, I think that's best as far as that goes.
Allie uses they pronouns, not she.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to use the wrong pronoun. What is wrong with me today? It's just not my day. I swear I'm a good ally. I promise.
This is terrible acting, by the way, as far as the
Look,
crying goes.
Apologizing for something you did wrong is great, but apologizing excessively can just make it worse. You just
Guess
hurt
it
someone,
makes
so
the
it's not all
person
about
look
you.
stupider.
Also, you don't get to decide
Maybe
if you're a
that
good ally
was
or
the
not.
true reason
Trans
for the
people do.
bad acting.
It's a good thing I have this umbrella for all the tears.
Okay. Might I just say, y'all who are like these, oh, gotta protect these people who are being misgendered, people are usually the ones that we need our umbrellas for. Honestly, I'd go grab my umbrella, but it's too big and I'm way too lazy, so anyhow, I mean, okay. Honestly, like, I don't feel like that's a fair thing to be like. Because for one, I mean, honestly, most likely, if someone's crying like that, I mean, okay, if someone's crying exactly like that, we'll be like, okay, stop your crap. That's fake as shit. Stop throwing yourself a freaking pity party. And yeah, I'd probably have that reaction. But if someone's like really getting upset about it and to the point of crying, you know, I would have to say chances are there's something beyond, screwing up on a pronoun that's getting to them. And you should be like, and I think in that case, when it comes to correcting someone, for using the wrong pronoun, it's like, and like, honestly, yeah, these are perfectly normal human reactions, like, and I'm providing a better way of approaching these reactions to, correcting of pronouncing things, because when most people watch this, they're having aneurysms from pure stupidity. So yeah, it's I mean, honestly, now if you honestly get upset, I mean, honestly, there's also the idea of having an anxiety attack. Okay, like, honestly, okay, if someone's having this kind of reaction to it, I mean, for one, yeah, you don't need to react like that. You really don't. It's not that big of a deal. Just correct yourself and move on. It's fine. And, yeah. As far as the whole, like, you don't get to determine if you're a good ally or not, I don't disagree with that, and I don't really agree with it either at the same time. Because I'm like, you can try to be the best ally that you can be, but I don't think you can say if you're just a bad ally, a good ally. And it's late at night. This is part of why I'm doing this. Basically, you don't have to get upset about it, because, I mean, it really is not that big of a deal, okay? Just, please, try to correct yourself next time, and I think if honestly, if someone acts like that, you might want to actually see what else is going on, if you really are friends with that kind of a person, because there's probably more going on. Or, I mean, it's also perfectly normal if you have really bad anxiety, or if you have really bad self-esteem, or if you just kind of had a really bad day, and I mean, I'm not saying you should react like that at all, but I mean, I'm just saying, for people who are trying to critique, like, there's probably something beyond that. Just saying. I think a better way, like I said, a better way to go about it is just to be like, hey, it's okay, just please keep in mind, you don't have to be upset about it. It's not that big. It's important that you use the right pronoun. Just don't get upset because you slipped up. Just make yourself better, basically. Have a more gentle and sympathetic approach. And I know that can be difficult sometimes, because you don't want to just... And in all honesty, if someone's reacting like that, like if they're really getting emotional about it, and they're really feeling sad, say it's not a big deal, because because I can relate to that and be like, and for someone like that, it's going to be better for you to go about it more gently. It's going to be better for you to be like, hey, it's okay, it's not that big of a deal, it's just important to these people that you recognize their identity as whatever gender they are, blah blah blah. So yeah, I mean, honestly, this one and the last one was probably the one that I'm just like, can I bitch slap these people?
Allie uses they pronouns, not she.
Wait, what?
Is Allie trans?
Is
Oh my god,
Abby
that is so
trans?
cool.
Oh
I
my
couldn't tell.
gosh.
I couldn't tell. You know, I heard using they pronouns is the latest trend. Oh, they're so progressive, breaking all those fashion rules. I love Caitlyn Jenner. She's the best out of all the Kardashians. Oh, and RuPaul.
Oh my god. Please.
Acceptance
It's
is
a-
great. Stereotypes are not.
It's a hipster.
People who use they pronouns aren't here to make you feel more cool. They aren't fashion accessories. They're people.
Pause. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, I'd be annoyed if someone's being hipster like that, but that's because I don't know. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know. Like, they, them pronouns are the coolest things. I'm sorry, that just, that amused me. I have to say overall, I mean, yeah, stereotypes aren't great. I still don't like the way they approach what they say, but I don't necessarily think what they say is as much of the problem as much as it's the approach. I mean, yeah, just I think the way to really go about correcting someone on they them pronouns is gonna be saying, hey, there's a lot more than what's in the media. And honestly, if they don't know this person's trans, don't get uppity and just don't lose your shit because someone doesn't know. Okay? I've met people like that. They lose their shit when people don't know that they're trans and someone misgenders them. And honestly, it's kind of stupid. Like, yeah, I think it's a good idea to, correct them. Be like, actually, they use they them pronouns. But, and in this case, I think it is important to say, well, actually, yeah, but there's a lot more to it than just media and what the media says, and honestly, RuPaul, whatever, drag race, which is drag, cross-dressing, not transgender. Those are completely separate things. And that might be, I mean, if you have the time at least to talk about this, because as much as I talk, I never have time to get all my points in, obviously. If you have the time, sit down and be like, well, there's actually more to being transgender than just just what the media gives. And as far as Caitlyn Jenner, is that right? I mean, I think honestly, I've heard a lot of different critiques, not even really critiques, more just straight up criticisms about her, and I don't really know a lot about it because I didn't get introduced into transgenderness through that, but I think for the older generation, that is a great source. Whether or not you think she's really trans, or you think she is a terrible ally, or whatever you think, she brings transgender awareness to the older generation. And that is something that we as the younger generation cannot do. So yeah. Anyhow, I got off on a tangent there. Anyhow, with the thing of, like I said, I mean, I mean, okay, so when I've heard people say, "Oh, that's so cool," to negative things, usually they are in reference to, "Oh, wow, your life must be completely different from mine." I actually get that a lot for, being blind. People are like, "Oh, that's so cool," and then they go back and they're like, "I mean, not that not being able to see is cool. Just," I'm like, "I get it, okay, I get it." I think in that case, be like, yeah, there's actually a lot more to being trans than what the media says, and in this case, I think you shouldn't shut them down over their kind of excitement on it, because I mean, yeah, take what you can get. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. And in this case, I'll say, hey, yeah, Allie can explain a little more about it to you. Just keep in mind, the stereotypes are not always the case, and whatever. So yeah. That's my critique on it. So far.
This is they pronouns, not she. Look, I just don't think that women should refer to themselves as
I hate
gender
this.
neutral or they or whatever. In this patriarchal, misogynistic society, women are so oppressed and we're raised to hate femininity.
I hate
just
this
think
for a
that
different
Women
reason.
who call themselves they are rejecting their womanhood.
This.
Okay, firstly, Allie is not a woman. Secondly, they know themselves better than you do despite how much theory you've read. Women are great. Feminism is great too, it just needs to include trans people.
I mean, that is true. That really is true, and stopping. That is true that feminism should really include trans people, really. Honestly, that one's hard for me to critique because I'm like, whoa, honey. Okay, let's talk about those feminist views of yours and let me knock you down a peg. Women are not oppressed. Wage gaps, bullshit. I was actually surprised to find that I actually had to do my own research, and doing my own research, found that was kind of, I was very annoyed because I was on board with the whole, women should get paid equal. And then when I found out that there's no real study saying that women make less for the same job and same hours than men, I was like, what else are these people lying about? Anyhow, and that was honestly the only thing that was like keeping me on the okay, feminism is okay kind of trail. Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't critique that aspect of it just because, for me personally, I would be knocking them down a peg as far as feminism goes. I feel like they probably know better of what to say in response to that reaction and how to handle that better than me because they are more in touch with the feminism stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's not my place to critique that part. I think this part's
He
the
uses
last part.
they pronouns, not she. Oh, sorry, I meant let's invite them.
Okay, great. We'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, see ya.
And that's great. That should be your best reaction. That should be what you strive for to, react. Okay, I'm done with you. Wow, man, this has a lot of views. Wow. I'm just now hearing about it. Well, anyhow, I have to remember how to bring back up my video stuff. Anyhow, that was my revision, I guess, in a sense. This is more of... This is kind of a service announcement-ish. I don't like the idea of going after someone's personal videos because I think everyone has the right to their own opinions, but because this is a more service announcement-like video, I'm fine with reviewing it and going over it and talking more about it. And yeah, that last part I think is actually your best scenario to have, is just correct yourself and move on, and there is nothing wrong with that. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just, I think, and yeah, I mean, it can be startling if you're anxious like me, or if you've got, or you're just like you're if you're that one person who is just like really super nice, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, like, and you just feel so embarrassed or something like that, it's like, yeah, it's a, it can be startling, but try to get yourself to a point where you can just take a step back and be like, oh, okay, yeah, let's invite them, and that's fine. And in fact, I would hope in that case, yeah, I don't think you should just go with it if you don't know anything about they them pronouns. Obviously, if you're watching this, you know something, so yeah, you're kind of exempt from that. Or if you want to watch my videos to learn more about they them pronouns, knock yourself out. So yeah, I mean, question it, but don't be a jerk about it. Because gotta have that knowledge. Well, I think that's it on that aspect of the video. Like I said, this was a review, and more of a critique than anything else. I wonder if I'm gonna actually be able to spell that correctly. I'm awful at spelling. Yeah, if you guys want me to do more critique videos like this, then and yeah, I'd like to do this. Give me suggestions. I will not review someone's personal YouTube videos unless requested by that specific person or okayed by that specific person. I guess yeah. So I just, so yeah, but if it's like an actual service announcement-ish, or I don't know, like those BuzzFeed feed videos or whatever, as long as it's not a personal vlog, basically, because I think everyone has the right to their opinion and their thoughts, and they have every right to, say things no matter how stupid it might seem to me personally. And like I said, unless that person is okay with me reviewing a video, but yeah, I did this because it is a more service announcement thing, and I am doing critique, and so, yeah, let's stick within legal means, please. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, if you got more suggestions, I'm open. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thanks.